Hi folks, we are getting really close to the pre-patch dropping and I assume the level squish that goes along with it. But what I'm going to talk about probably applies more to right now, the next 2 to 3 weeks before that drops. One of the things I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of flipping of the uh, gear that drops from the island expeditions. So, for example, here I've got the Tomb Keeper's Leggards. They drop in Throne of Thunder. So what I ended up doing, so I don't feel any regret when you sell you feel a little bit of regret when you sell an item that you don't have the transmog appearance for. So to maybe lessen that a little bit, I've gone and done a little bit of farming, and I still don't have all of them, but I'm getting close to it. But it got me thinking that maybe I should create a spreadsheet. So I've created Warlords is probably the best one that I have. I've kind of done Pandaria, and I worked on Cataclysm. These are all kind of just ad hoc. I've put them together really quick. Uh, but Warlords is probably the one I've been working on mostly, and I've primarily been focusing on Mythic Hellfire Citadel, because there's one of the things that you kind of want to pair up with your gold farming or transmog farming or whatever is to maybe have a secondary goal with it. So one of the things that a lot of people do is they farm raids and dungeons for mounts. So I've kind of put a little bit of a spreadsheet here. So what I've done is kind of matched these up to the raid finder descriptions, because I kind of forget which, how many bosses are in which raid finder and stuff. So I've kind of done stuff out there. So I've and then I kind of copy in. It's like, okay, well, there's 3 bosses here. So which one uh, do I still need a transmog for? So this would be the 3rd boss in there. Um, One of the other things that I want to point out is there's different places where you can find the person for to get you into Raid Finder. So the one for the garrisons he should be to the left of your garrison hall. If you're on Horde, he's to the right. But if you're having trouble finding him, just look for Seer Kazal. I'm not sure if that's the right pronunciation or not. Uh, but anyway, I think you need at least a level 2 garrison from what I've read. And the great thing about Raid Finder is you can kind of get in and out. You can get to the specific bosses that you want. If you're just wanting kind of like a base transmog, uh, then those are probably a really good way to go. Um, then so it got me thinking, okay, well, hey, I'm going to be trying to get all these transmogs for all these dungeons and stuff. So, or these raids. I'm trying to get the mount mainly. So, and then I also want to, I'll black out the. It's like, hey, if I don't need any of these, then maybe black that one out. If maybe so for like my rogue, the 11th boss in this raid drops an item that only rogues can transmog. So those might be the ones that I want to roll, do a bonus roll on. So I've just something to help me keep track of all the different um, bosses that I want to try to kill, or that maybe I have left. And so maybe if I finish out one of these classes, then I don't have to worry about running it again unless I want to just do the mount. The other great thing about like Mythic Hellfire Citadel is if you do it like 4 times, then you can get and do the quest in there. You can get it to where you can just jump to I think the last 2 bosses, Manaroth and Archimond. Um, and so then one thing got me thinking. It's like, well, gosh, I can I can run some of these instances pretty fast. So, and they actually, the bind on pickup items drop the you can, if you just vendor them, you can actually make quite a bit of gold. So I started looking at the time it took to run these, so 5 minutes. So like if you wanted to run just the 3 raid finders of High Mall, you can finish it in 11 minutes. And this was on, I think I just did this on one character. I didn't average it out of multiple characters or anything. But you know, like a typical character would take about 11 minutes. So it looks like you're making close to about 100 gold per minute running these, and in some cases it's not too bad. You know, so like Mythic Hellfire Citadel, you're making about 100 gold per minute, and then you might end up getting a mount, or you know, finishing up some transmogs and stuff like that. So if you're running the whole thing, like I made a note here that you probably want to, depending on the raid. So like in Mythic or in Hellfire Citadel, there's several spots where you can mount up and sell stuff. So you really want to either have a Traveler's Tundra Mammoth or something that has a vendor on it, basically. Or what you might want to do is invest in getting one of the Guild Herald pets that you can summon, and then you can basically sell stuff to them. Let's see what else. Okay, so there was also, so you know, you run one of these things and you get a bunch of stuff in your bags. So one of the things, I try to keep my bags pretty organized, but sometimes you just have things everywhere, especially if your bags are really full. One thing I've found is there's a little search feature in the normal UI. So if I wanted to look at if like Hellfire Citadel drops a lot of 148 ilevel items, so you can just search for 148. Or you know, maybe you have something, you know all this stuff is soulbound, but what if you got a binds on pickup item and you want to see if that's there? Well, I don't actually have any in my bag right now, but if I did, it would show up here. So I know that everything I'm selling is just you know, basically I'm not selling any of my good gear or something that might be of value. And then I also have another add-on. I forget if it's Easy Scrap or Scrap. One is for the scrapper in Borealis or the Horde area. You can, to make things easier to load up into the scrapper to scrap. The other add-on I have is a junk seller, and I think there's several add-ons out there, but I've got it set up to where I just you know, hover over an item, I hit a keybound button, and it marks it as junk. And whenever you talk to the guy, it automatically sells it. So the more and more I run the instances and I set these up, then they'll automatically sell whenever I talk to the vendor. And I think that's it. The other thing that I want to maybe talk about here, and I might just cut the video short, but there's yeah, I think I'll just cut the video short, and I'll talk about it in another video. All right, y'all take care.